How has the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, shaped or formed public opinion or perception, your opinion and perception, since World War II? Let's take a deep dive into Central Intelligence Agency intelligence, information, and psychological operations. This is part one, the abstract of my paper on Central Intelligence Agency psychological operations since World War II. In 1981, Director of Central Intelligence William Casey said, "We'll know that our disinformation campaign is complete when everything the American people believes is false." I'm going to share an example from today of a likely high-level CIA-linked entity that is trying to shape or influence public opinion and perception. But going to the paper, around the end of World War II, the Office of Strategic Services, or OSS, transitioned to the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, which has long been shrouded in secrecy and controversy. While its official mission is to gather intelligence and protect national security, the CIA has strong roots with the mafia, Irish, Italian, and Jewish, and has also been involved in a wide range of extra-legal activities, corrupt practices, and questionable propaganda efforts. This paper will focus on this darker side of the CIA, specifically propaganda and media or information operations, exploring the historical context of this activity, analyzing tactics, techniques, or case studies, and evaluating the ethical implications and broader consequences of these actions. The goal is to illuminate the intricate relationships between information and intelligence operations and the complex methods and history of information manipulation and psychological operations for better understanding, especially in the intelligence community's intelligence analyst spaces. Real quick break. Here's a picture of Michael Hayden, retired 4-star Air Force General and former Director of CIA and NSA, National Security Agency. I'll get more to him later. Going back to the introduction, force unregulated or ill-regulated is not only wasted in the void, like that of gunpowder burned in the open air, and steam unconfined by science, but striking in the dark and it blows, meeting only air, they recoil and bruise itself. The blind force of the people is a force that must be economized and also managed, as the blind force of steam, lifting the ponderous irons and turning the large wheels, is made to bore and rifle a cannon and to weave the most delicate lace. Albert Pike. No study on CIA propaganda is complete without first reviewing its origins and realities from a sociological macro view. Thus, the quote from Albert Pike that I mentioned. The CIA is a U.S. government agency responsible for gathering, processing, and analyzing national security information worldwide. The CIA is critical in safeguarding national security, often operating in secretive and complex environments. OSS CIA founding father William Wild Bill Donovan saw the agency as the country's first line of defense, and that its works would always be unappreciated and misunderstood, particularly in Washington. Pulitzer, 2001. These obligations extend into the information operations and propaganda realms, where economists and scientists have devoted considerable study since the 1930s, and this field has become more important and pervasive in modern socio-political systems. Silverstein, 1987. Over the years, the CIA has been involved in various activities, including covert operations and information campaigns, shaping how we communicate, share information, and perceive global events. However, its covert activities, particularly in information operations and propaganda spaces, which little seems publicly known about, have raised concerns about transparency, accountability, and potential ethical violations. This despite Frank Wisner, the agency's first chief of political warfare, calling the CIA propaganda machine their mighty Wurlitzer, because he said it's capable of playing any propaganda tune he desired. Wilford, 2009. The notion of the CIA influencing public opinion is not novel, but its methods continually evolve in the age of cyberspace, social media, and Hollywood collaborations. This thesis paper investigates the nature of CIA information operations and the historical influence of the CIA in modern communication, information operations, and propaganda. using various sources and case studies to understand the agency's role in shaping public opinion and international relations. Now getting back to retired General and former Director of CIA and NSA Michael Hayden, this is supposedly a verified X account of his with over 350,000 followers. And it's doing nothing but reposts of strongly divisive, strongly politically polarizing, far left-wing, pro-Biden, anti-Trump vitriol. During his tenure with CIA and NSA, he basically championed the CIA torture program, and he basically told Congress and the American people that the NSA was not spying on them, or that basically what they were doing was legal. And that has since then been overruled by the Supreme Court. What the NSA was doing at that time under Hayden was illegal. And this guy is supposedly now far left wing and pushing out nothing but strongly politically polarizing stuff? Is this really the account of Michael Hayden? Is this really what he thinks? And why can't he formulate a little bit more articulation in his posts?